What's in your toolbox when your battery goes dead? We've got a DeWalt Power Station jump starter, air compressor, yada, 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 several other features that it has. Let's go ahead and dive in, take a closer look at this, then we'll actually use it and come back and talk about pricing and what we think of it. We have the DeWalt DXAEPS14. Now this is a power station, but really and truly it's much more than just a power station, and it's much more than just a jump starter. Power stations, jump starters, they're a dime a dozen. You can find them all over the internet, all over Amazon, and purchase them as you will. This is definitely more automotive related and more than just a jump starter. So we get a sealed lead acid battery in here. So yes, this is not a lithium ion or a lithium phosphate battery. We get a sealed lead acid battery. This is going to provide an actual 750 cranking amps instantaneous when we need it, and 350 cranking amps in more of a sustained power output. Now, more than just a jump starter, which we'll get into that in more in just one moment with some great leads here on the side of the unit as well, but we also get an air compressor. So we have the air compressor hose on this side. We even get a needle that goes here right on the side if you need to pump up any basketballs, footballs, and that sort of thing. But anyway, we have an air compressor on the right hand side, and then we have 120 volt plugs right here on the front. We have two of those with up to 500 watts of output there. And then we have 4 USB type A, and I believe a max of 6.2 amps out, 3.1 amps on this side and 3.1 amps on this other side. So it looks like about a 1.5 amp output on each of these USB-A ports. Now diving even a little deeper, we get a light that's on the back. We'll show you that in a moment. And we also get an alternator check. Well, it will actually check the alternator on the vehicle and not just the battery. And then we have obviously a AC power, USB power ports as well. So you can actually turn them on and activate those. And then if we turn on the AC power, now understand this, when you turn on that AC power, what's going to happen here is we've got an inverter running now. So we're turning DC power into AC power. So we have to have an inverter that's running in there. That is going to utilize some of that power in that battery. So understand that you don't want to just leave that on. We want to turn those off when it's not in use. Now on the air compressor, we can turn this on and we can actually set the desired amount of pressure that we want in that tire. So if we want 40 pounds, we can set that, hit the air, it will actually turn on the compressor and start pumping until it reaches that desired PSI, and then it will actually shut the unit off. Now if you want to know the size on this, about 12.5 inches wide and about the same tall, about 12.5 inches tall. A little bit thinner as far as on the width here, but overall width is going to be about 6.5 inches as far as depth or width. Now this little needle is supposed to go right there, but it really doesn't hold it too well, but that's not a major ordeal at all. As I was mentioning, we have a hose here on the side for the air compressor, so we get a decent lead there. The length on the air compressor lead is 30 inches, so you can still keep this a decent distance from the actual vehicle and be able to pump up that tire. And it's also got a decent place to actually house that hose when it's not in use. So I love that. Some cable and cord management as well. Turn here on the back side, that's where we have these two LED lights, and that's where we can turn those lights on. So we get a decent amount of light if we're needing to pump up a tire at night or jump start a vehicle at night. We have lights on board that we can actually use those or turn them off. And this is the charging port here on the rear of the unit. So you just basically plug that in and plug it into the wall, and it's going to be more of a trickle charge. You're not going to fast charge that at all. And there is no DeWalt battery ports on here. So this is not running off of a DeWalt 20 volt or 60 volt flex volt battery or anything like that. This is just purely a self-contained sealed lead acid battery that's also the jump starter and provides power. On the air compressor, we get a max of 120 PSI, so we can pump up those larger size tires and even go into the high pressure inflation as well. So like even bicycles that require a high pressure, such as road bikes, not going to have a problem with this unit. This is built very robust. It feels nice and sturdy. And the feet down here are not plastic. They are a rubber over molded type of foot. And so it has a better feel to it. It's not just scratching around on the surface. And then if you'll look here on the opposite end of the air compressor, we have the jump starter leads. So it's kind of a pain to get in here, but at the same time, if you fold this out, so you can kind of pick up on the cables, and you can fold this out and then unclamp them. So you don't have to reach in there with your fingers to do that. So I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with, this is something you're not using all the time. So I would rather have that cord management that actually wraps it up nice and tight, provides a place for everything, and deal with a little bit of discomfort, if you will, or not so easiness to have to be able to unplug these or dislodge these than something that's easy and just kind of falling all over the place. So I like the cord management. And also on this, we get some decent length as well. We get at least 24 inches right there to the edge of the cables or to the edge of the actual clamps. We also get some decent clamps, spring clamps here with some decent jaws on them, so they're going to grab a hold, not some of those chintzy ones that you see on a lot of the jump starters. And if you want to see here us wrapping these back up, number one, you can separate these, but then you can also clip them back together. So like that aspect of it. And then they just wrap around here. And then that's where we can connect them right there. And connect them right there. And fold that back in. So again, I like the compactness of it and the cord management where you're not having to put those in a bag. Everything's self-contained right here. And just FYI, with that 120 volt output here with 500 watts out, you're going to run something like a small DC cooler. Will run just fine off of that, but you're not going to power a coffee pot. A coffee pot's probably about 1,000 watts, so this is not going to sustain that. But a small cooler, small fans, computers, things like that will absolutely do fine with these 120 volt outlets. So under here we have a completely dead battery in a 454 driven Chevrolet truck. So big 7.4 liter old school big block. So let's see if we can't get this started. And we'll just show you. Try to crank this, nothing at all. No click, no anything. Not sure if this is going to handle this, but we will see. By the way, you always want to go to a chassis ground and not grounding to your actual battery. Showing 12.2 volts. Let's go ahead and try this and see what we get. And when you see the flashing engine icon and the solid battery, then you know that it's ready to crank. So now we've got a running engine. Took 2 tries to do that, but this thing hasn't been started in months. So now let's go into the alternator check. Okay, it just shut off on us. Let's try to crank it again. Let's go ahead and do an alternator check. And we know now that we have an alternator good sign and the solid battery that we're good. If not, we would have a little caution light there that tells us we need to check something else or that maybe it's not charging correctly. The DeWalt Power Station does exactly what it says it will do. It will output 500 watts and be able to plug things in and run that. But again, don't think you're going to plug in a hairdryer or a heater or something like a large refrigerator or even like a coffee maker that's pulling, 1,000 watts, or like a big refrigerator that might draw 1,000 watts at startup. But for your smaller appliances, fans, and small shop coolers and shop refrigerators, it will absolutely work just fine, plugging in computers and tablets and things like that to recharge. That'll work absolutely fine as well. The most important thing is that you have nice large leads that will handle the load and the 750 amps of cranking power that it says that it has for instantaneous, and 350 sustainable amps out on a longer run. As you saw that on that 7.4 liter 454, and literally that had not been started in months. So it took twice, and it recommends, it says, crank it over 5 or 6 seconds and then stop and then crank it over again. And as you saw on the second try, it fired right up and spun over quite nicely with just this, because that battery was completely dead. We have no dings or anything when we turn the key on. We started to hear the blower just starting to blow for the AC, but it was barely turning over at all. So it did a great job on that. This is going to run you about $200. $197 is the exact price. You can find them on Amazon as well as some other places, and we'll have a link in the description. We believe the warranty is like a year warranty and really a 90-day return warranty on it because it's an electronic. But check it out for yourself. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. And hey, if you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, well, give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.